friends, welcome back to Sam's Everyday Cooking, and I'm so sorry I've taken such a long gap, but it's been a very busy time for me. Anyway, today we are making Russian patties, and this is a delicious patties. I don't even know why they call it Russian patties. I don't even know whether the Russians even make it, but anyway, that's the name. So what we're doing here is we have 250 grams of chicken strips. This is not chicken breast. These are strips because they're more tender, maybe from the thigh and other parts of the chicken. We have some rock salt. We have water, that's for boiling the chicken. And we have a big piece of ginger, some green chilies. This is for boiling the chicken. Now, that's the first step we are going to do, and then we will do the rest. So for the rest of it, we have some spices here, which is garam masala, coriander seed powder, cumin seed powder. Okay, then for the veggies part of it, so we have finely chopped green capsicum, carrots and red capsicum. For the herbs, we have some mint leaves, coriander leaves, parsley leaves and spring onion. 1 tablespoon of butter, any instant noodles will do. This is, I think, a Maggi curry masala one, but I don't need the spices in it. I just need the instant noodle. We need 1 egg, half cup shredded cheddar cheese, finely minced garlic, about more than half a cup of breadcrumbs. We have 2 tablespoons of plain flour, a little bit of black pepper, crushed black pepper, half cup of milk. I think this is where the Russian part comes in, maybe that's why the name. So we have mayonnaise and we have mustard. So let's begin. For the stock, it's a very simple stock. So I've taken some ginger. I'm just going to kind of bash it up a little bit. And that's it. We don't even need to cut it because we're going to discard the ginger. We're taking 2 green chilies. If you don't like it spicy, by all means just take 1, just roughly chopped. And we're going to add some rock salt. That's all. This is all for the stock. For the stock, we are just taking we're taking the chicken strips. We're going to add the ginger, some green chili, the 2 green chilies that I've roughly chopped, just a tablespoon of rock salt or less maybe, and we're going to just add enough water to cover it, just to cover the chicken. We don't want too much stock. We only need half a cup of stock for the bechamel sauce, and I'm going to put this to cook. This will take not more than 15-20 minutes. Whilst our chicken is boiling away, we are going to prepare the veggies. It's very simple. So we are adding the garlic. It's 1 tablespoon of oil. Just any regular oil will do. To this we will add spring onions. This is 3 spring onions, by the way. Just lightly sauteed. You don't really have to fry too much. Now you can see that the spring onions and the garlic have slightly browned. We are going to add carrots to this. So going to add garam masala, cumin seed powder and coriander powder. So to this we are going to add our red bell peppers. You can also add corn if you like, or any other veggies that you like. Then this is the green bell pepper. See how colorful it looks? It's beautiful. So food should also taste good but also look appealing. Okay, it smells really nice as well. Now I have switched off the hob. I'm going to cover this and I'm going to let it cook in its own steam. Show you the chicken. It's bubbling away and it's cooking. So another 10 minutes and the chicken should be done. Since our chicken is already cooked now, it's been 15 minutes. I'm going to discard the ginger and I'm going to strain the chicken. The chicken, I'm going to shred them, and the stock, I'm going to use it for the bechamel sauce. So as you can see, I'm going to strain the chicken. And this chicken, I'm going to wait for it to cool before I shred it. For this, you're using a non-stick saucepan because it tends to sometimes the butter and the flour tends to stick, which is the roux actually. And we are going to add, this is on medium heat because we don't want it to burn. We add the butter. And as soon as the butter is slightly melted, and because the pan is very hot, the saucepan is very hot, it'll melt very quickly. We are going to add in the flour. And whisk it quickly. We don't want it to burn. It's very easily your flour can burn if you don't keep an eye on it. So keep stirring. This is where we are going to add our chicken stock very slowly because otherwise it will form into lumps. It should be very smooth and I forgot to show you a little earlier that we also have to add the milk. The milk will give it really nice richness to it, and the cheese. So it's quite heavy patties, but it's also very delicious. So we're going to thicken this. Stage we're going to also add in our cheese. In case you want to make this into a vegetarian patties, you can so easily do it. So you omit the chicken, you do the rest of the procedures exactly the way I'm doing, and you can make it into a veg patty. I'm going to add a tiny bit of black pepper, about half a teaspoon of black pepper. Not too much because we're also going to add in the Dijon mustard. Now these kind of different spices gives a very complex taste, that's why it's so tasty. So I just want to show you, it's this thick, and that's about it, because when it cools it's going to become even thicker. So I'm going to switch off the hob and I'm going to allow it to cool. Once it's cool, then we will add the mayonnaise and the Dijon mustard. And as we're waiting for the chicken to cool down and the bechamel sauce to cool down, we are going to boil the instant noodle. Just for about exactly for the same time that you would be cooking your instant noodle, 3 minutes, that's what it is. Now whilst my instant noodle is boiling away, I'm just shredding the chicken, and you can see it's very easy. You're just ripping it apart basically. You can see the bechamel sauce is still very hot, and in this hot sauce I'm going to add in the shredded chicken. Now the reason I'm doing this is because the chicken will be very nice and soft since it's going to absorb the sauce. You see? I will also add the mixed vegetables. So as you can see, I've transferred it into a bowl, and now I'm going to also add in the veggies. And mix it all up very well. We have one more thing to add, and that is the instant noodle. and of course the herbs and the mayonnaise and the mustard. When you are adding the instant noodles, you just slightly cut them up, because it'll be very difficult for you otherwise to roll the patties. Okay. Now mix this up as well. And now we're going to add in our mayonnaise. 1 heapful of mayonnaise. So going to add in 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard, and we're going to mix it all up. Before I add in the herbs, this is a good time to taste this mixture and see if you need it to be balanced with anything else, with salt, pepper, or with green chilies. So let's taste it and see. We need, I think, 1 more green chili. So we're going to finely chop up the green chili and add it in. We have 1 more green chili going in. This is the coriander leaves, parsley. If you don't have parsley, it's all right. Just add a little more coriander, mint leaves. And we're going to mix this up very well. Our mixture is all ready. We have the bechamel sauce, the chicken, herbs, veggies, everything mixed. I've actually put a total of 3 green chilies. If you'd like it a little more spicier, put another green chili. It's all done. Now what we need to do is we have to put in the fridge for it to completely cool down, because you will not be able to form patties when it's still hot. Welcome back, friends. This mixture that has been in the fridge for 1 hour, it's completely cooled down, and now we are ready to make little patties, and then we will wrap it in breadcrumbs and eggs and fry them. So let me just show you how we're going to begin this. Taking this tray, and I'm going to sprinkle some breadcrumbs all around. Shake it a little bit, make sure that evenly spread. Sprinkle a little bit of salt, just a little bit. Okay, I've got a tiny bit of oil over here. I'm going to spread this oil on my hands so that when I make this mixture, it doesn't stick to my hands. Now you take the size of maybe a golf ball, and it's quite soft, so you'll have to handle it with care, and then you place it in the breadcrumbs. I'm going to show you one more. Just make sure that it's well packed, and then you place it in the breadcrumbs. You see I've made so many of them, and I'll count and let you know exactly how many turn out. So this is how you turn around, and you fully wrap them in the breadcrumbs. You turn it around, and even the sides have to be fully wrapped. Want to freeze them, you have to shallow fry it and then freeze them. Friends, so our Russian patties have been in the fridge for the last 1 hour, and as you can see, they're pretty firm now. We have 2 beaten eggs. I've only shown you 1, but we will need 2 because there are 20 patties over here. We have a shallow frying pan over here, and we have a strainer with a bowl below, because you will need this for straining the excess oil out. Take one of the patties, wrap it in egg, and gently drop it into the oil. Once again, this can go pretty quick. It doesn't need very long for frying. Since everything is cooked inside, we are just allowing the coating to be fried. And don't fill your frying pan with too many of them, because it requires a place for it to fry as well. Now, once you put it in there, just like the Shami kebabs that I've shown you earlier, immediately pour some oil over it so it seals the kebabs. Okay. Gently, with a fork and a slotted spoon, turn them. It barely takes about 3 minutes to fry them. Friends, all our Russian patties are fried. They have cooled down, and I put a brown paper below so that the excess oil is drained out. I'm going to put this into a Tupperware box and put it in my freezer for later use. So let's put them all away, and I hope you do make them, try them out, let me know how it turned out. Just in case they become a bit too soft for you to handle, you can always add in the breadcrumbs, and this will help bind it better. But if you do have another problem or so and you don't know what to do, please let me know. Send me an email or on WhatsApp or on Facebook. Do keep in touch, and I hope you have enjoyed seeing this recipe and it tastes delicious. Do try it out. Until next time, see you again on Sam's Everyday Cooking. Please subscribe. Please see me on Facebook, share, like, and take care of yourself. Until next time. Bye-bye, friends.